What's going on, guys? Mountaineer Mitch here, bringing you the post-game video for West Virginia versus Baylor. Final score, West Virginia 41, Baylor 27. Now, starting off, the first thing I want to say is these referees were horrible. Very, very bad officiating. Now, been very bad calls against Baylor, very bad calls against West Virginia. Just not a good officiating game. Now, moving on to the game. Coming into this game, I had very, very slim hopes that West Virginia would win this game, let alone by 2 touchdowns, let alone hold Baylor under 40 points. Baylor puts up points like it was nothing against everybody they've played. They've had a couple of not very good games. I mean, they've had games that you know, they haven't really played anybody that good, but to me, coming into this game, Baylor's one of the best teams. After this game, Baylor's still a pretty good team in the Big 12. Now, I'm making this video on Wednesday, and I'm sorry, I apologize for that, but it seems like on the weekends my house is just total chaos, so, you know, it's hard to make a video without a bunch of stuff going on. You still might hear some little bit of background noise. You probably heard in my other videos. But moving on back to the game, I just want to get that out there because, I mean, I know people probably tune in to watch it and probably hate, but I'm sorry, and here it is, and I hope you enjoy it. But West Virginia's defense stacked Petty, put pressure on Petty, and made him make bad decisions or bad throws to where they weren't on target. West Virginia's defense was able to make tackles in the open space. Those are one of the things that West Virginia has improved on this year. Now, last year in Waco, West Virginia got their butt whooped. I don't even remember the score. I don't even think West Virginia put up a touchdown, but it was bad. This year, West Virginia played like they were on a mission, and they were able to slow down Baylor. They weren't able to stop Baylor. Baylor still had 27 points, and a lot of times those guys are open. But you're able to make a little bit of mistakes as long as the offense is still able to move the ball, and that's something West Virginia does good. West Virginia was even down. They had 3 turnovers. Now, you told me that West Virginia had 3 turnovers and would beat Baylor by 2 touchdowns, I'd say you're crazy. No way. Like I said, I had slim hopes coming into this game. It's not that I have faith in West Virginia. I just know how they act and how they play. I didn't want this to be one of those games where we're in it till the end and we end up losing like it was with Bama and Oklahoma. Now, when Trickett fumbled and gave Baylor the ball like on inside the 5 or inside the 10, and Baylor scored on like the first play, it got very, very, very slim that there is no chance. I mean, I was just going to chalk this one up as maybe next time, you know. But West Virginia, it's something the offense have done better. And I believe it relates to Holgerson and that offensive coordinator, that they don't let them hang their heads. After somebody scores on them, they go out and they got to take care of business. Now, Trickett had 233 yards passing, which wasn't his... No, he might have had 322 yards. Yeah, it's 322 yards passing, which wasn't his... He had an interception, but he also had the touchdowns and the runs by Bowie, and Russell Shell got hurt, which kind of sucks. But Bowie and just played his heart out. You know, Dreamer Smith got some carries. You know, Smallwood had the bulk of carries, which was kind of surprising. I like Smallwood back out as wide receiver, and he made a pretty good catch there. But you know, Kevin White. He's the best receiver in the nation, stat-wise, physical-wise. ESPN has a bias, and you can say what you want to say, but they have a bias for the SEC. I really don't care. ESPN, it's whoever they get paid the most by or whatever. They always say, and they always put these receivers at the top, and they are good receivers. But please talk about Kevin White, because he is the best receiver in the nation right now. Now, West Virginia, moving on to Oklahoma State, West Virginia cannot have a letdown here. We cannot think that we just won the national championship by beating Baylor. Baylor is a very good team. We should be happy we beat Baylor. But we cannot think that Oklahoma State, just because they got their butt whooped by Kansas State, or TCU, sorry. They got their butt whooped by TCU, that this is going to be a cakewalk. It's not going to be a cakewalk. Not going to be close to what the TCU score is. I believe Gundy is going to have his guys ready. I know we beat Oklahoma State last year, but that was in Morgantown. We're going to Stillwater, and it's still a tough place to play. The fans are right on top of you. This will be my pregame video for Oklahoma State. But with that saying, we can't let this be a trap game for us. But anyways, moving on. Back to the game. Baylor's still a good team. And if you're a Baylor fan, you come watch this. If you want me to hate on Baylor, I'm not going to. They had a lot of mistakes, and some of them wasn't on them. It was on the refs. West Virginia had a lot of mistakes too, and it wasn't always on them. It was on the refs too. The refs couldn't keep their flags in their pockets at all. I mean, they couldn't even let these kids go to halftime without throwing a flag. Really though? Like, that's so stupid. Like, let these kids go out there and play and enjoy what they love, and let it on the field decide it. There was a pass interference, and Howard could not cover Kevin White at all. But not all those are pass interference. I'm sorry. And not all the unsportsmanlike conducts are really unsportsmanlike conducts. The thing that I want to point out, though, is West Virginia slowed down Baylor with their third, fourth, fifth string cornerbacks. And I think maybe a second string safety. West Virginia had a lot of injuries in the secondary and was still able to make tackles. Ricky Rump is a name that comes to my mind of somebody who isn't a starter, but come in and played his heart out. I figured we'd see them anyways because if they'd want to get fresh legs on the field. But they got hurt. The first string got hurt, so they had to play. But I mean, good job of West Virginia's secondary by tackling open space. Something that West Virginia cannot do the last 2 years against speedy teams like Baylor. And Baylor got in a rhythm there, and they went down and scored. But when they were off rhythm, put pressure on Petty, really slowed them down. This video is really rambling on, but I'm very proud of West Virginia being able to pull this one out. But we have to move on. We got to get it out of our head, and we got to move on to Oklahoma State, which is no pushover, especially at home. Now, now moving on for Baylor, they have to be able to protect Petty better. Because I'm not biased. I like the Big 12. I don't like the teams, all the teams in the Big 12, but Baylor's one of those teams where they used to be doo-doo, bad, until RG3 showed up. And Art Broyles is one hell of a coach, and commemorated to them. But Baylor has to get back to where they can protect Petty and let him be able to have time. And also Linwood, which Linwood did score a touchdown, and I think we held him, he had like, I don't even know if you got over 100 yards rushing, which is very good by West Virginia's defense of making him stop the run, putting pressure on Petty, making him throw. But Baylor's going to be all right. Now the only thing they can hope for is West Virginia losing and us beating TCU. Us beating Kansas State. And I think they got a chance to play Kansas State. Yeah. So, I mean, Baylor just hopes West Virginia loses and they win out. So, I mean, that's a possibility. West Virginia still has a tough schedule left. So, West Virginia can't sleep on anybody else in the Big 12. and that Baylor has to be able to play like they played all season long and not have those turnover or penalties that they had against West Virginia. Now, Baylor didn't have any turnovers, which was very good on all the pressure we've been putting on Petty. I was surprised he did not throw an interception. But he's still a really good quarterback. I don't see why they would throw him out of the Heisman race just yet. He's only lost one game, and it was on the road, so I don't see why they're going to hate on him. But that's how they do. And if you watch an ESPN, they're going to hate on the Big 12 and anybody else is not the SEC. Hands down, the SEC is a good conference. I'm not hating on the SEC at all. But there's other teams out there. And other very good teams too. So, but that's really about it, guys. This video is on 10 minutes now. And, I usually don't ramble on this long. But, So, thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to tune in next week for Oklahoma State pregame video and their postgame video. Let's go Mountaineers. We were able to pull this one out. No. One more thing, and I'm not going to try to waste too much time on this. But if you're a West Virginia fan, you're watching this video, please don't act stupid. Please, and the students at West Virginia, please don't act stupid. Don't vandalize. That's why people hate us. That's what people look like us, like we're stupid redneck hillbillies because we tear stuff up after a win against number 5 Baylor or number 4 Baylor. Baylor's a good team still, but we cannot act like we've been there before. We've beat teams like this before. There's no reason to tear down Morgantown and act like a bunch of idiots. Hell, people probably on the internet probably thought I've got arrested or something because they thought I was up there partying. No. I'm happy West Virginia won, but there's no reason to act like an idiot. There's two different things between celebrating. We play music in the street, party in the street, get out of the road, do your thing. But there's no reason to escalate it to where you're getting tear gas and pepper spray and vandalizing churches and tearing down stop signs. That's silly. That's immature, rich little brats that go to West Virginia that, think that their daddy can pay for everything because their daddy's a lawyer and all this. Nah. Expel those kids. Get them out of there. I don't want it. I don't know. Maybe punish the football team. I know that's not fair to them. But if what happened last year? You know why there wasn't no partying last year? Because West Virginia only won 4 games. You know what happens when you only win 4 games? You're not that good. West Virginia's better this year. And they beat a good team. Very good team of Baylor. But there's no reason to act like an idiot. God, I done rambled on this for 3 more minutes. I'm sorry, guys. And if you're still watching this, thank you very much. And I appreciate you. So if you see all this, thanks for watching. Mountaineer Mitch signing out. Peace.